Okay, maybe not.
It's a little pricey.
Just because, like,
it's expensive cut of meat.
Yeah, well, there we go. I wanted to. It was more about I'm not going to eat that many in the next 3 days, and I'm sure that they go bad pretty quickly. Well, not bad, but you know.
Do you have a freezer?
Can you freeze? Shouldn't you?
You could absolutely freeze that.
Is it okay to freeze like ribeye?
It's
Like I just didn't know. My brain always said not to.
You can freeze any of those meats.
I'm sure you can.
And as long as you thaw them out properly, they'll be fine. I know a lot of people have that fresh, never frozen from Wendy's or whatever. It's like, come on, don't make a big deal. No, it doesn't taste any different when you thaw it out and eat it than if you freeze it.
It wasn't so much that I was worried about it in like it's going to be bad, but I always assumed that like if you buy the Prime, if you buy all this stuff, you would choose. Oh gosh, where'd you know?
Well, that's the thing is, you make one the night you get it, and then you have a couple for later, and they're fine. And like I said, as long as you defrost them properly, they come out beautiful.
You better fall. All right. So now I have the thing that lets me get in there, and I have a little gun.
Oh,
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't even want.
I love. They call it the self-defense gun.
What?
I was actually really interested in purchasing a Derringer. Mm-hmm. I always thought they'd be very cool. I actually found a place, like they sell them, and they manufacture them with removable, replaceable barrels so you can go to a higher caliber. Mm-hmm. And there was actually one that had a 357. And I was like, what a horrifying little thing. I'm going to fire that, and it's going to be like the little noisy cricket from Men in Black. It's going to just explode out of my hand. Yeah. I mean, it's going to eliminate anything in front of it, but good Lord.
Good Lord.
I mean, I think a 22 is enough. In that, you kneecap someone, give him in the head, People make fun of 22. It's like, oh, that's not really that powerful. It's like, oh, well, ask John F. Kennedy.
I always wonder, like, if I were to shoot someone that was in my house, and
I've always speculated about murdering another human.
If you just wound them, mm-hmm. like, what if are you going to be afraid that they're going to, like, still try to shoot at you?
You don't wound somebody.
Yeah,
if you have to shoot somebody, you shoot to kill.
See, that's my point, is that, like, if someone is in my house...
You're not... Like, if you're a very, very trained professional, mm-hmm. you may be able to shoot to wound, but as a regular person in a day-to-day situation, your life is on the line. Do not shoot to wound, shoot to kill.
Yeah. That was my logic, was... I was thinking, I'm like, Okay, so let's say you...
get out of here, Bosco.
Let's say you shoot someone and they're still okay, though. Do you continue to... That was kind of more my point.
If you shoot somebody and they're incapacitated, then of course you don't need to go. But I mean, like, they look like they're still fighting. Like, are you going to continue to shoot them so that they stop?
Well,
here's the thing, is you have to make the assessment.
Yeah.
Did you incapacitate them? Are they a harm to you anymore? Can you disarm them? Yeah. Like, if they don't have a gun anymore and they're obviously not moving... if you can totally incapacitate them until somebody arrives to help, mm-hmm. then no, you don't shoot them again.
Yeah.
But, if they're obviously still going for a weapon or something, or if they're still, like, if you hit them in the shoulder and they still have a gun in their hand, guess. Mm-hmm. You shoot until you feel like you're safe. I mean, they broke into your house. Don't play games.
This part always makes me nervous.
I love it. You're going to be absolutely fine because you know exactly what you need to do. I watched Brandon do this, and he got so close to not making it because he was like, oh shit, I have to do that first?
Yeah, you have to do that, then go to this, I think. Oh yeah, you have to. It's only when you try to shut it. It's just funny because, like, I do it so many times, and then...
You kind of start to forget a little.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I like it. It's such a good puzzle because all it's meant to do is make you panic.
Yeah.
That's all it's trying to do.
The sharks are going.
Wait. Is it 3?
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold.
Ooh. There you go.
Emergency drainage system immediately.
And then you have to
turn off the safety.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can close the thing.
It's like, I'm going to get in there. No, you better not drain this.
Snacky.
I'm going to protect my boys. My beautiful boy.
Yeah, you are startlingly fast at this game.
Well, it's funny when you see like the real speedrunners online.
Oh, sure, of course.
Yeah, it like. What do you mean? Oh, I have to see that, and then I walk right by because you have to then do this because this is how you drain it.
Water away. The light is green. The trap is clean.
What? Wait, that's awesome. Sorry, my brain was like struggling for a second. The light is green. The trap is clean.
And then you go to leave, and Walter Peck demands that you let the sharks out.
Yeah. It is true. This man has no dick.
I got so much shit just for doing his job.
You know, and
He
that's...
was a little snotty.
Yeah. Of course, a man comes in here and puts a gun to my head. Must be prepared to back up his claim.
I love the direction you went. For my mind, I heard snotty and immediately went to "You're Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago."
Yeah, and I go to Mischief.
I'm being snooty. Snooty. Snotty. Snotty.
And I go to BP Richfield.
I love it. No, nothing wrong with the direction you went. I love the choice you made.
He's an opera. He's one of those rare opera singing sharks.
All he wanted was out.
Yeah,
This is a little rude.
I know.
You know, you're right. That was kind of a weird reference. Did you watch the Hellraiser movies?
I've watched the first two.
I know there's like
I've watched the first
37
two.
now.
No, I watched the first two.
Okay, so the second one.
Yeah.
When the doctor becomes a Cenobite and he's
yeah.
being carried around by the thing that's latched to his head.
Mm-hmm.
I always love him as he's like moving along because he does the
Oh yeah.
Dr. Chennard. Yeah. It was always a fun. It's like it's so weird based on what he's doing. I absolutely adore it.
I think you and my friend Aaron are probably the reasons I kind of got more into like horror.
Really?
Because I when I watch some, okay, so there's this interesting thing I feel where horror movies, is it here? No, I don't want to go through there. Horror movies have this, I think in 2000, okay, so after the 90s and early 2000s, they tried to remake all these really campy horror movies.
Sure.
And what they do is they take them up a notch of serious. So Last House on the Left
Absolutely.
goes from being something that is kind of bearable to watch, even though it's horrific. And maybe I'm using the wrong one.
No, you're fine. I have a weird little aside about that movie. Go ahead though.
Well, my point was just that. So I shouldn't use Last House on the Left because I technically haven't seen it. But I'm using it because I heard that it was kind of campy, and that was one of the things that kind of got people through it.
One of the original things in that movie is the cops were like Benny Hill.
Yeah.
For some reason, it cuts from this super serious, murder rape story into the cops, falling out of the truck,
Yeah.
And it's like, I respect the hell out of Wes Craven. He did some amazing work, but just that moment, it's like, what did you do?
So my better example would be I just watched Hills Have Eyes the other day, the original.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the crap out of it. It's
a wonderful
so much
movie.
fun. Now, when I watched the remake, I freaking hated it.
Yeah.
And I think that where it went wrong, I can't speak, is that, and it's not wrong, it's for me, is that it's almost a little too real in the remakes, that when I watch them, I'm like, there's not that sense of joy that I get from watching the old ones, that it's kind of corny and silly and removed. Maybe I should watch more of the new ones and kind of get a taste for that. But
Yeah. No, I get the idea. What happens though is when
damn it,
they
I
were,
didn't discard it. Go ahead.
when they were initially released, a lot of these movies were very scary for their time.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's literally only through the lens of what we have now that they look a little
That's
campy
true.
and hokey. Because at the time, that movie was very, very scary.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking back on it oh, okay, haha.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is that,
Those damn bees again.
where I'm really saying is that I feel like maybe they were better they were better movies back then, and then when you remake them, because some of the remakes are good from what I'm hearing from like opinions of people who love horror movies.
Sure.
Like I think even Joe Bob talked about how the remake of The Hills Have Eyes was technically better. Like, because it's a little bit more.
The only thing
horror.
that makes a movie better is your opinion.
Oh, of course.
And that's that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's such a subjective thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially like movie people to begin with are already argumentative over things, but horror movie people are literally the deepest ones. You know, and I mean, their genre does tend to get remade a lot, and they tend to argue over: is it better? Is it worse? Whatever. But it's one of those things. It's like I get why they're doing it. You know, the technology has advanced. The story is still amazing, and of course, they want to make it something that's applicable. They don't want to make it look like a dated 70s horror movie.
Yeah.
They want it to look like it's something brand new and beautiful and wonderful. So green was
Green was the cute one.
that one.
So that was not 6. It was 6. Yeah,
and then orange.
This was orange, and that one was 5. I'm pretty
And
sure,
then
and then
red.
3 or pink apparently.
Same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the one where I need to clean out my inventory to. And so I think.
Is this the potion mixing one?
Yeah,
of course.
And
it
this
is.
one's not too bad. It's just it takes a lot of. Yeah, let me go put some stuff and clear out my inventory.
I mean, you should probably save like you've been talking about for about 25 minutes
I know.
now.
We keep go ahead and talking.
We're gonna go ahead and save and
we're gonna pause and take a break.
I think the first time you said that was almost an hour.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, I said I was
fine.
gonna get to. I said I was gonna get to this house, and then you started talking about something, and I was like, well, I feel like as long as. Because I'm one of those people, if I can push through, I'll just keep going.
No, I understand.
But I wouldn't mind.
Go ahead and
break.
save. We'll take a little break here, and we'll come back in a moment.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing this, whatever this is.
Whatever the devil it is. Let's see. Alright. There we go. But yeah, so I've been enjoying a lot of the older movies, and I do see like there was one that was actually pretty disturbing. Oh, for some reason, I thought there was a few very disturbing scenes in the one Tourist Trap.
Oh,
I was surprised that I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Well,
and I love that it was at that point Chuck Connors had decided that he really wanted to be that that horror guy, and he started taking all those roles, and he's so good at it. Like he just, he had been this all-American boy for so long, and then watching him get into horror was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like he made an excellent villain. And I'm sad he didn't get to do more. I mean, he was getting on towards the end of his life when he started really doing the horror stuff. But yeah, what a fun actor Chuck Connors was.
Alright, so we're gonna be right back. Or, later.
Yeah, alright. I should probably stand up a minute and have a pee and all the other fun stuff that old people do.